One. Let's see, is it recording? Yep. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. We're back!
Hey, good people.
Hey, y'all!
It is so good to be back. We're so
Yes.
happy that we can share this time with you.
Yes, what are you guys celebrating this holiday season? Is it Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa? We're going into a new year.
2024.
Yeah. What we want to know,
Yeah.
what is your wish for this holiday season? What do you want out of this holiday season?
Yeah, you set intentions. What's on your mind? What we wish for all of you, most of all, this holiday season, is that you are healthy. And so today, we're going to talk about healthy habits for the holiday season.
So exciting.
Yes.
So as we always say, stick around, you guys. Check this video
Yes.
out. You won't want to miss this. This episode should not be used as a substitute for medical or mental health advice. Individuals are advised to seek independent medical advice, counseling, and/or therapy from a healthcare professional with respect to any medical condition, mental health issue, or health inquiry, including matters discussed on this episode.
All right, what's going on, good people? We are so, as we said, so happy to be back with you.
Yes.
We are talking about healthy habits
For the holidays. Yes, absolutely. We're really excited. Y'all, we had to take a break, right?
Yeah.
What kind of therapist will we be if we didn't
Right.
actually practice kind of what we are preaching to you guys, just to
Yes.
listen to your body, to your mental health. And so we was going hard. My mom had a birthday.
Yeah, and you know, I took
Yeah.
the whole month to celebrate.
So that's basically why we're coming back in December.
Right.
So maybe when this was my birthday, we'll take another
Why not?
hiatus. But we did say that we wanted to come in and shoot a video for you guys before the new year.
Yes.
That was important to us.
Yes.
So we are back and we're super excited
We are.
to be here. Yeah.
So we asked a question in the pre-show about what your biggest wish was for the holidays, and I gotta tell us. I'm gonna tell something on Lauren. Is this you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you something on Lauren. So Lauren wants a TV for Christmas, right? And Lauren, you want to tell us the
You
story
tell it,
about
Mom,
your
you
TV?
tell it.
Okay, so Lauren went to the dumpster. She was taking out trash at her place, and she called me on the phone and she said, "Mama, it's a TV out here. It's a flat screen TV out here at the dumpster. And you know I want a TV for Christmas." And so I was like, okay, let me pull up and see what's going on.
Y'all, she encouraged me because I was like, okay, it's here.
Right.
Yeah, it was like what, maybe a 670, maybe.
Yeah, it was
60 or
a nice size.
It was nice.
No cracks in the screen.
Yeah, and some favor had just been on me, y'all. So I'm thinking to myself, is this just an overflow? Like I
Good
see
energy.
the TV, it was no
Yes.
cracks on the black screen, so I'm like, okay.
Right.
Somebody might have just, we're consumerism,
Yes.
in the, age of consumerism. So I'm like,
Capitalistic
maybe
society.
somebody just was done with it.
Right.
And now it's mine. So I called my mom and I was like, Mom, look at this. She was like, oh. I was like, what should I do? She's like, put it in the car.
Yeah, I pulled
Let's
up.
go. Right.
I pulled up. But there were a couple of things missing from the TV, first of all.
Right, absolutely.
So we're talking about gifts and for the holidays. So what was missing from the TV?
Remote control.
Okay, that's
and then
an easy fix.
Easy. And then the power cord.
Oh.
So my mom's like, just get on Amazon.
Oh.
And, order what you need. You can get a universal remote, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, I'm hyped up. I'm like, this is my blessing. This is my season. I've been, whatever, reaping out for the so. So we put the huge TV. Y'all know what I really want to say. Big TV in my car.
Yes.
And I'm driving like this.
Hey.
So then we take it into my house.
Oh my God, that was a labor of love.
Yes, because I have some stairs. So we take it into my house.
Yes.
And I put it in my room. Because I have a living room TV, but I wanted something in my room. I'm like, of course, my words, what is it? Your lips to God's ears.
Yes.
Obviously, as soon as I said it, it happened.
Yes.
Allegedly. So I ordered the cord and the remote. It comes the next day. Y'all know Amazon ship fast.
Quick fast.
Y'all, I plug it up.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I turn it on.
Well, y'all know where this is going. Y'all know where this is going. So just strap on your seatbelt.
Yes, because it's about to take a sharp left.
Sharp.
I plugged it, y'all. As soon as I see the power coming on, I'm like, chat the whole screen.
Oh,
It was in the dumpster for a reason. So I'm like, I done ordered these cords, this remotes. We did all that labor to get it down.
Sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Sweat equity.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need to be compensated.
Yes.
So we got it in, well, I found out that it was broken.
Right.
I called my mom, I just flipped the screen. She bust out laughing.
thought it was
I'm not
hilarious.
laughing, but she's laughing.
It was funny.
So then we're like, well, I guess that's a lesson. So recently, my mom came back over. One thing about it, you are a team player.
I am.
Because she helped me take the TV back to the dumpster. So what did you say yesterday? What was the lesson?
So we took it back to the dumpster yesterday. And the thought process was, for the holiday season, we're all thinking about gifts that we want to receive and give. But what Lauren and I deduced yesterday as we were walking the TV to the dumpster, we didn't drive it this time. We said we got to do it differently so we can get it out of our system.
Ingrain this lesson into our heads.
Yes.
That another man's trash is another man's trash. It's not a treasure. Another man's trash is another man's trash.
We thought it was trash. We thought the other man's trash was
our my
treasure.
And context clues. The Lord said, look, you're in a dumpster.
Uh-oh.
That's going to land on somebody.
If you looking for a gift this season, baby, if you are in the dumpster, hallelujah.
Or on Amazon trying to get it to ship fast.
For extra parts, and if it's assembly required, baby, let me tell you.
You might need
your gift is gonna come assembled with all the parts. You're gonna have to take it out the box.
Hey,
it will be waiting
instruction
with
manual.
your name on it. Put your name on it. So listen, stay out the dumpster this holiday season.
Please,
okay?
please.
You can learn this vicariously from us.
You don't have to go through it.
We ain't doing it again. We got it.
Well, we digress.
Well, anyway, thank you for allowing us to share that really hilarious story.
Yes, y'all, it was so funny.
And another man's trash is another man's trash. So, back to the happy holidays and the habits that we want to form in the holidays. So we come with some knowledge.
Yes, we always start with the knowledge, y'all remember.
Yeah.
Then it is the understanding. And then finally we get to the wisdom. Which is why we call it Wisdom Wednesday.
Yes.
So, knowledge around the holidays. So the holidays is a really special time for many, many, many reasons, right? It feels good. Family, friends, good food, good company. Sometimes there are gifts involved. It's just a special time, right? But because of our profession, and you don't even have to be a therapist to know that the holidays can also be a really difficult time. Not just for some, but for most people. It's a balance. It's a beautiful time, but it can also be a time of a lot of stress. Sometimes even sadness, grief, and trauma. So we wanted to unpack that a little bit. Talk about ways that you can maximize your experience during the holiday.
And be healthy. Ways that you can be healthy.
Absolutely. So we wanted to begin this by talking about the winter blues. So the winter blues is a term derived from seasonal affective disorder. So we are going to be talking about winter blues because seasonal affective disorder is actually a clinical diagnosis.
Right.
So you have to be clinically diagnosed by a medical professional. And you guys, we are virtual. We're doing this
That's not what
on
we're
video.
doing.
That's not the purpose.
Yeah,
no.
This is psychoeducation. We're calling it edutainment.
Yeah.
Right.
Education with a little bit of entertainment.
That part.
Right. But we do bring the information. If you stuck around with us, you're gonna get something out of this.
Yes.
And this may make sense. So we'll talk about the winter blues, and we'll talk about some other things that come up during the holidays, just to get some knowledge around kind of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Mom, you want to talk about winter blues?
Yeah, I want to talk about it. It is kind of this time of the year when the time changes. It's dark. An hour longer. We go to work, we get home, and it's dark, and it's like the day's gone.
Yeah.
And for some of us, it impacts our mood not having that exposure to the sun like we're used to.
Yeah, physically.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
vitamin
chemically.
D. Yeah, absolutely.
It can really affect it. Also, it's colder,
Yeah.
right? No matter the part of the world, even if you live in the warmest place, the temperature drops around the winter season, and
that's right.
which promotes being indoors,
right?
And for some of us that looks like isolation, right? If you live alone or you're by yourself for most of the time outside of work, or even if you work from home, a lot of us when it's warmer we take a break by going outside. You go for a walk, you see somebody else.
That's
you go
right.
to your local
Little
park.
Human interaction.
Yeah, if you live in Atlanta, the Beltline might be something. But as it gets colder, not many people are outside, which can make it a bit more difficult. Some of you guys are already listening like, that's me. Yeah. And, the holidays, if we just keep it real, which we do.
Yes.
The holidays promotes a lot of family and romance, togetherness.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Y'all didn't know we could say, but we say it. But for some of us, it looks a bit different, right? You might not live with your family. You might not be partnered. You might not have children. Or you do, and it looks a bit differently. It's not as traditional as what you see on the, JCPenney's commercials. So that can sometimes be a bit triggering and difficult. At least that's what we find in our work.
Absolutely.
And in our personal life, just speaking personally, it is difficult.
Real.
What do you think?
That's real. Well, and what we're here to say today is we can have health in the midst of all of that. The first step is just acknowledging it. And you see the root word of that is knowledge. So in order to acknowledge, you have to have the knowledge of what's going on. And this loneliness epidemic and what's going on outside, the wars and rumors of wars, and there's just so much going on in our world altogether. And not to mention the financial difficulties that really at this time of the year, we're finding that a lot of people are experiencing a lot of layoffs at this time of the year. And that is like so untimely, right? And so what we want to do is just hold space for all of us as a collective and say, if you're not okay, it's okay. Right? It's okay.
Absolutely. Definitely. Well said, Mom. And speaking of financial difficulties during the holiday, there's a lot of financial pressure. Christmas, the premise of a lot of celebration or holidays that we celebrate in the Western culture, the theme is gifts. The purpose is gifts and giving and giving. And so sometimes that puts a lot of pressure on families and individuals that causes a lot of anxiety and stress. And then when you get done, you're looking at your bank account, what comes after that? Depression, right? Sadness. And so these are also some things, and family. We love family. Sometimes we don't, right? And so there's a lot of togetherness, and you might be around some family members that you wouldn't choose to spend time with.
That maybe you have a difficult relationship with.
Absolutely. And this might be the first time you guys are really face-to-face or speaking in a long time, and there's a lot of pressure built up, right? I think this is also a plug that if you feel like you are experiencing what we're sharing with
Winter
you,
blues?
we want you to reach out to, as we always say, your therapist or life coach if you already have one. Just to, even if it's just for a check-in session.
Or
if you feel
establish
like
care. If you don't have somebody, reach out. I know a lot of therapists are booked and busy, but your due diligence on your part, I think, will be to the good. I've had some old clients reach out just as of late because people know when they need to do that. And so take care of yourselves, I guess we would say.
Do what you need to do for yourself.
That's a good plug there, Lauren.
Thank you. So we'll kind of, talk about winter blues or just to, give you some symptoms of what it looks like. So we talked about feeling sad and down most of the time. So this isn't just like, every couple of days or an hour. This is like my mood is just kind of down when it gets darker and colder. I recognize I'm not myself. I might be a bit withdrawn from friends and family or even coworkers. Like my mood just kind of shifts, right? There's also just anxiety, increased anxiety outside of what your normal level of, because we all have some level of anxiety, but it's increased. You're worried about a lot of things. We talked about depression.
Excessive worry, overthinking, overestimating the threat of everything, restless. That's the anxiety. and then really feeling overwhelmed. A lot of people are overwhelmed. And so when you notice that, pay attention to that.
Yeah, lack of energy, also just not feeling very motivated.
Yeah.
But also physically, just not really feeling like, and that might be because of the lack of vitamin D.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options, you know, getting sun when you can,
Yes.
just being a bit more intentional
You see, we got
about
the window
it.
open. We try to get some sunlight in
Need
here.
that. Yeah. And there's also light therapy if you're interested in it.
Get you a happy light.
Yeah.
Remember, I got that happy light.
Yeah. And then the salt lamp.
Yes,
also,
Lord.
that's a really
do
good
yourself
one.
a solid.
Absolutely. And then trouble, you know, feeling irritated or agitated. People are just really getting on your nerves.
Yeah.
That's another indicator that you might
Sleeping
be experiencing.
problems.
Yeah.
Difficult to stay asleep or going to sleep or waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah, because the thoughts about the bills that need to be paid and the gifts that you'd like to give, and just loss of interest. The term is anhedonia. It's just not enjoying the things that you used to enjoy. Let's talk about the grief before we do that. This idea of a lot of loss happens around the holidays, and I do not understand why that is. But we know that some of you, our beloved friends, are out there, and you are experiencing loss right now. And we just want you to know that we are holding space for you. And as we honor our own grief during the holiday season, just know you are in our thoughts and our prayers. You are precious to us and precious to God. And we would just encourage you, as we are encouraging ourselves, to work your grief. Feel the feels, work your grief, right?
Definitely allow yourself to feel, right? Because a lot of times we want to bury those difficult feelings when it's supposed to be such a happy time. But we want to encourage you to let whatever that's coming up out. Because it's authentic and it's real. And you don't want to deny yourself exactly where you are. It's kind of acknowledgement, have knowledge about where the space that you're in so you can do what you need to do for yourself. And grief looks differently. So, you know, contextually, we're talking about losing a loved one. But grief can also look like a breakup. This might be your first holiday season, you know, out of your relationship with your partner for 3 years, you know, and you're used to going to their family or whatever. Or, you know, a divorce, or you might be an empty nester and your kids aren't coming home.
Or a bird launcher.
Right.
That's the positive.
That's a bird launcher is cute. Right.
We're just going to launch those birds out into the world so they can change the world.
Yeah, and this year they migrated somewhere else.
Oh, and then sometimes they migrate right on back. But anyway,
absolutely.
We're going to do a show about that.
We are. And so just acknowledging, so ways to work your grief during the holidays. This is another healthy tip.
Absolutely.
Allow yourself to feel. We also want to encourage you to do what feels right for you. So there's sometimes this perceived pressure that we hear a lot in our sessions that you have to be a certain way when you're going through a difficult time. And we want you to do whatever feels right for you, right? You might be around the family for a little bit, opening gifts, and then just a wave of grief hits you and you need to take a walk. You need to do something for yourself. Take a second to address whatever it is that you're feeling, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
And we also want you to kind of try to plan ahead. Something that also is important is to know that this might be a difficult time for me. You may be a G, right? You think you know, and I really am in real life, and so are you. But we're not exempt. When you love someone so fully and you no longer have access to them in the physical, that's a very difficult thing.
You have moments. So you might drive to the event yourself so that if you need to catch out, you can catch out. It's cool.
That's planning ahead.
Plan ahead, my people. Plan ahead. Well, let's give some tips and get on out of here.
Let's do it, y'all. All right. So we've got 10 tips. 10 healthy tips for the holidays. How to stay healthy. All right. You want to talk about tip 1 and 2?
Yes.
All right.
So plan ahead, set your goals, make your activity list. If you go to something,
that's planning ahead.
Budget. If you go to something and you got somebody there that you know you can talk to them, just let them know, listen, I'm operating at about 30% today, so I'm not gonna be all kiki and a ha-ha, but I'm here.
Right.
Okay, let's thank God that I'm here.
Right.
Plan your plate. You Yes, I said it. Now see, and I'm talking about me because I had Thanksgiving with my beautiful friend and
Hey,
my
Mama
daughter
Ida.
and her
Hey,
daughters,
sis.
and we had a wonderful time. But
Yeah.
y'all, I planned my plate. I said, I'm not finna sit up here and eat all this dessert. I'm just not gonna do it.
I could have.
I wanted to. But I had a piece of that sweet potato pie and a piece of that pound cake, and then I just pushed it aside and I told the Lord, thank you.
We didn't even touch the banana pudding.
Didn't do that, and I
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah.
You got to have some discipline. Plan your play. Second tip, after you plan ahead,
Yes.
communicate your commitments. I will make it home for Christmas. I will not make it home for Christmas.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if the guilting and the manipulation starts, you can just let them bump their gums and make a decision that, well, I told you that I wouldn't be able to make it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you get a feeling, you can go show up a little bit before the holidays and spend time and then go back to your abode and get on your couch with a fuzzy blanket and some fuzzy socks if that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You can love, and we want you to do that, but you can also take care of yourself.
Yeah.
A little self-care is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
and this also looks like if you've been doing well this year with your healthy habits, and you don't want to throw that all away around the holiday season, communicating to your family. You might come around. If I go to my if I go to my grandmother's house, she is going to make sure not only my plate has no room, but that I eat
Take
it
it home, too.
all. Well, that I eat it
Yeah.
all,
And leftovers.
So what that would look
Yeah.
like is, Mima,
Yeah.
I love your cooking, but I'm working on my health this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So I'm gonna eat a little bit differently, or I might walk after every meal, right? We're training for a half marathon.
Yes.
I might be running, you know,
Yeah.
just communicating with your family, because family and friends have opinions. They love you. Sometimes they just nosy,
And
who knows?
love you through food. And
Yeah,
love you to
yeah.
take
Like
care
my
of you that way.
my grandmother loves us through
Yeah.
food, and she's very attentive and very
Yeah.
caring and very loving.
Yeah.
So, you know, to work with her, maybe I communicate with her early, Mima. I'm watching my plate this year, and she's a very understanding person, so I know
Yes,
she'll be
is.
like, okay,
But she's gonna
baby.
send you home with some leftovers.
Yes, and I do put those in the freezer.
In the
Eat those
freezer.
later.
Plan
Thank
your
God.
plate and then plan your meals after that.
Yeah, that's a good segue into number 3.
Yes.
Eat mindfully.
What does that mean?
Mindful eating can help you enjoy your food even more. So what that looks like is slow down. If you're like me, I am like Sonic the Hedgehog when it comes to food and plates. Out. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm to the kitchen, but it's still food on my plate.
Uh-oh.
Anybody else like that?
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna take a step. Half of my plate is still empty, but I'm already thinking about, let me go up there and then refill it.
Oh.
Mindful eating says don't do that. Slow down. Focus on the taste. We just get so excited. Yeah, take it and smell it.
Oh.
Pay attention to the textures, the colors, the care and concern. I keep talking about my grandmother. The food that she makes is just so beautiful.
Yes.
And just like Mama Ida's food, how beautifully, you know.
Hospitality,
Yes,
right?
just
Yes,
really.
the love.
Yeah, just embellish yourself in the moment. Be mindful, thankful, and grateful. If you head down, stuffing your face, you can't look up and think, look
Take
at
it
how
all in.
beautiful. Yeah, everything
flowers.
really is.
Yeah.
Wait a little bit in between plates.
Uh-oh.
Take about 10 minutes. Most likely after those 10 minutes, you realize you're not hungry. And then guess what? You guys can sit around the fire
Listen to your body.
or go for a walk
Yeah,
and
yeah.
really continue to enjoy, you know, the people that you're doing life with.
Cut on some music and
And
hey.
oh, love and happy.
Oh, that part.
I know that's
Hey.
right. Anyways,
Okay.
tip number 4.
Limit your alcohol. Yeah. Remember that excessive drinking will only increase feelings of sadness. Alcohol is a depressant. So that's why we're encouraging all of us to partake, if we do partake, with limits.
Yeah, this is important
with
because the
limits.
holidays, New Year's, you know, Christmas,
Do
you
it
know,
in moderation.
Hanukkah, whatever you're
Yeah.
celebrating, even if you're just getting together, there's a lot of holiday parties
Yeah.
too, right, that we're going to.
Yeah.
And recognizing this was really, this was an eye-opener for us as we were just preparing. It really is a depressant. And so
Yeah.
we can think, oh, let me increase because we're celebrating.
Laughing and
Yeah, but the repercussions of that are you know, far-reaching, and so you want to just make sure you're paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Number 5, prioritize rest. Yeah, this is a good one. Sleep is so crucial when it comes to maintaining healthy habits. During the holidays, lack of sleep kind of makes it really hard to make good decisions. And also you're going to probably be out and about doing a lot of things. And so you want to make sure that that is a priority for you. Your body needs it.
Yeah. Here's what we know. When the time changes on that day, we have more car accidents because we lose an hour of sleep. And this has been studied. So the research shows on that day when the time changes, car accidents, the number of car accidents, it gets higher because we lose that hour of sleep. And so we really need to make sure that we're resting well. I want you to engage in self-care, exercising, walking, meditating, do your morning hygiene and your night hygiene, read, be assertive about needing time alone. It's that alone time is so important because the primary relationship that you have is with yourself. The most important is with the creator and the sustainer of all things. And that's how we can show up as our best self in our other relationships that are very important as well. So let's do our self-care.
Right, so that was number 6, engaging in self-care. You did a great job.
Thank you for that.
Kind of putting those together. Number 7, this is a really good one. Get active together. So if you're, active right now, I know a lot of our watchers are active, not all, but a great number of them are. And so we want to encourage you to encourage your family and your friends or whoever
Move something.
you're spending. Yeah, so what that looks like is boost your movement during the holidays. Plan an after dinner walk. You might not have, contributed to the food.
That's okay. You brought the water. You got the water from Publix.
Right, but you can kind of spearhead this and kind of change up the family tradition, right? We can sit down and lounge all day after that, but let's just go for a walk move something, dance. If there's kids in your family, planning like a kickball tournament or something fun, just kind of shaking it up. This allows people from all generations to move their bodies, and it's very important. Moving your body increases, serotonin, makes you feel a lot better. You're more pleasant.
Happy hormones.
Happy hormones, and the people around you are more pleasant. So,
oxytocin, cuddle, hug people.
Yeah, so center your social time around being active with your family. You want to do number 8?
Do something for somebody else.
Yeah.
I was planning a brunch, a Christmas brunch with our staff, and I got on Amazon and I ordered something, and it made me feel so good.
What'd you get us?
Well, it's a surprise. But anyway, it made me feel so good on the inside. So I want you to share in that with me. Do something for somebody else. And it doesn't always mean buying something. Maybe volunteering, right? Just thinking about some ways that you can give back.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes it's even as simple as around the holidays. I was just led to share this. Calling and checking on somebody.
That's good.
Right? Or just sending them an encouraging word. If you might not be rich in, wealth, but you're rich in the spirit.
Listen, I sent a scripture to somebody the other day, and it says, "Silver and gold have I none." But in the name of Jesus.
Hallelujah. Exactly.
Pick up your mat and walk.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, give a word of encouragement. That's good.
Yeah.
Send a song.
That's what this season is really about.
Yes, it's about
I sent some
giving.
I know Charm watches sometimes, so she's on here. Hey, girl.
Hey.
I was just thinking about some of my mom friends.
Yeah.
And I texted 2 of them yesterday, Charm and Miriam, and I just texted them and I said, "Hey, I'm just thinking about you," because I really was.
Yes.
And so they were like, "Oh my gosh," because if you're a mom and you're taking care, it's like for somebody to say, "You,
my mind.
I'm thinking about you." That warms your spirit almost so much so that it feels the same way it would if somebody gave you a gift.
It's like a hug too.
Yeah,
it feels good.
Absolutely. So we're making our way out. We got 2 more. So don't fight the feelings. This kind of brings it all together. If you're experiencing the holiday winter blues, if you're experiencing grief, we want to encourage you not to, repress those feelings. We want you to seek social support instead. We talked about a mental health professional. This also looks like companions, community groups.
Yes.
I'm playing in a volleyball tournament this weekend.
I love that.
Like just things like that. Neighbors, think about, whatever it looks like for you.
Yeah.
And we want you to reach out.
Yeah.
Seek help. Don't wallow in that. If you don't hear anything that we hear, we say, if you are experiencing winter blues or you're navigating grief, anxiety, or depression this holiday season, do something about it. That's how you remain healthy. Move. You may not be able to focus on gifts. You may not be able to focus on other things. Focus on being healthy. Everything else will follow.
Yes.
Okay? Once you're healthy, you can do what you need to do. So that's a really big one. Thank you.
Well
Thank
said.
you.
And remember the spirit of the holidays. It begins with you, right? This is the season of this year ending, but that also means that there's a new beginning just around the bend. And so we want to encourage you to keep that in mind, that this is a season of genuine love and compassion, of goodwill to all men and women, a season of love. Yeah. So that was the understanding.
Yeah.
Those tips of things that we can do, ways of being that can create health, even within, the difficulties that we face. So Lauren, what's your wisdom for today?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
My wisdom is to, and I mean this with all my heart, okay? Set your intentions privately of what you want your holiday season to be this year. Set your intentions privately, write it down in your quiet time, in your prayers, declare it, say it out loud to yourself. But just spend some time in solitude to kind of put out there what your holiday season will be this year. That's the wisdom that I have today. What about you?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I'm going to do that. And I appreciate that. I kind of talked to you about the word that's kind of been on my spirit for myself through this holiday season and then to 2024. But the wisdom that I would offer today is related to love. And it's capital L, capital O, capital V, capital E. I would like to offer this idea. So, it's really important for me, and those of you that know me know this, to leave a legacy of love. To leave a legacy of love. But this holiday season, I'm impressed in my spirit to live a legacy of love. To live it. And what that means, the wisdom there for me is, and what I would just send to all of you, is that sometimes that love is going to be tender. Tender love. Yeah. I remember that song, Tender Love, for y'all. That's around my age.
What's that?
Tender love.
Okay.
I'm going to share it too.
Okay.
I'm going to share it with you. But sometimes the love is tender and sometimes it's tough. Okay? Sometimes it's close and sometimes it's distant. Okay? But it's still love.
That is true.
Right? Yeah. And so living a legacy of love.
No room for nothing else. Perfect love casts out all fear.
All fear. And I'm not resentful. It's just all love.
That's why you look like you do.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
that's a recipe right there.
Well, this has been wonderful.
Yes, that was great.
This is wonderful.
Yes, we're so happy to be back. Thank you for that wisdom, Mom. We always say this, you guys, if you liked this video, comment, like, subscribe, but most importantly, you guys, share this video. If you can share this video with at least 2 people, that will help out our channel a lot. We've got a lot of exciting things coming. Yeah, in 2024. And so we want to get this out there to as many people as possible. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful holiday season. Happy holidays.
Peace.
Bye.
This episode should not be used as a substitute for medical or mental health advice. Individuals are advised to seek independent medical advice, counseling, and/or therapy from a healthcare professional with respect to any medical condition, mental health issue, or health inquiry, including matters discussed on this episode.